From the simplest blink of an eye to a massive, powerful jump, every single thing you do is powered by this incredible set of silent engines. We almost never think about them, but they are always at work. So today, let's take a tour of this amazing machine, your muscular system.
And just to give you an idea of the sheer scale we're talking about, this is not a small system. Your body has over 600 individual muscles. Each one has a specific job, and they all have to work together in perfect harmony. So that's the big question, right? How does this incredibly complex system let us interact with the world, show how we feel, and, just stay alive? Let's dive in and find out. Okay, so where do we even begin? I think we should start with the most personal, the most recognizable set of muscles we have, the ones that let us show the world exactly what's on our mind. Now, here's what's so fascinating about your facial muscles. They're totally unique. Most muscles in your body connect bone to bone, right? Well, a lot of your facial muscles actually connect directly into your skin. And that's the secret. That's what allows for this incredible, subtle range of expressions that we use to communicate without saying a single word. But then you've got the other side of the coin. It's not all just about communication. Some of these muscles are pure powerhouses built for survival. Take the masseter, for example. It's one of the main muscles for chewing. It's an absolute workhorse, and it's fundamental to the simple, crucial act of eating. And what's really cool is how for so many simple actions, there's a dedicated hero muscle that does the heavy lifting. As you can see right here, when you smile, your zygomaticus major is the one that contracts and pulls up the corners of your mouth. When you frown, it's the corrugator supercilii, pulling your eyebrows together. And to blink, that's the orbicularis oculi. It's just a beautifully precise system. All right, so let's move from the face down to the very center of your body. We're going to look at the muscles that provide the stability for pretty much everything else. And we're also going to meet what is maybe the single most important muscle you've got. When people talk about their core, they usually just mean their six-pack abs. But that's not even half the story. Your true core is this complex, sort of natural corset of muscles that wraps all the way around your trunk. Its main job is to create a solid, stable platform, an anchor really, so that all the powerful movements from your arms and legs have something to push off from. Now, tucked away inside that core is arguably the most vital muscle in your entire body, the diaphragm. It's this dome-shaped muscle right below your lungs, and it is the engine that drives your breath, working non-stop, 24/7, whether you're awake or fast asleep. I absolutely love this description for it, the prime mover of inspiration. And inspiration is just the technical term for breathing in. Every single time that muscle contracts, it flattens out and pulls down, creating a vacuum that just sucks air right into your lungs. It literally powers every single breath that keeps you alive. It's amazing. Okay, so we've talked expression, we've covered stability. Now let's get into the muscles that give us our power, the ones that let us lift things, walk, run, and, interact with the world around us. So before we get into specific muscles, there is one fundamental rule you have to understand. It's simple. Muscles cannot push. They can only pull. They work by contracting, by getting shorter. So you might be wondering, how do you move your arm in two different directions? Well, the answer is teamwork. And that teamwork is just perfectly shown by what we call antagonistic pairs. A classic example, the one everyone knows, is the biceps and the triceps in your upper arm. They have opposite jobs, and it's this perfect partnership that allows you to have smooth, controlled movement back and forth. So let's just walk through it. Say you want to bend your arm. Your brain sends a signal, your bicep contracts, it gets shorter, and it pulls your forearm up. Simple enough. But for that to happen smoothly, its partner, the triceps on the back, has to relax and get longer. Then, to straighten your arm, the roles just flip. It's a perfect cooperative dance.
Now, this same principle applies all over your body, but nowhere is it more powerful than in your lower half. I mean, your legs and your butt have the biggest muscles in your entire body for a reason. Take the gluteus maximus, for example. It's one of the main engines for locomotion. It's what powers you through every single step, every run, every climb.
So when you start to put all of these pieces together, the subtle muscles in your face, the stabilizing core, the powerhouses in your legs, you realize you don't just have a collection of parts. You have something way more beautiful.
So, what's the big takeaway here? I think it's this. No muscle ever works alone. They're like an orchestra, really. They work in these incredible, coordinated teams to turn chemical energy, from your food, into actual motion. From the unconscious beat of your heart to a high jump, every single action is a symphony of precise, perfectly timed contractions.
When you really stop and think about it, every single movement you make, whether it's just picking up a cup of coffee or creating a piece of art, it's a small miracle of biological engineering. It's this silent, coordinated masterpiece happening inside you all the time. So the only real question left is, what will you create with yours?